Alright guys, today's finally that time of the year. It's time to start doing our top 10 list for things that came out, this year. And I have a lot of cool top 10 lists coming out soon, so I hope you guys stay tuned on the channel. I have a first ever top 10 list that I think is going to be really interesting, which is going to be my top 10 things that wowed me in 2020. I don't think I've seen a lot of that online, and I think it's going to be really useful to kind of turn the clock back and see what products and technology, what games came out, things that just really interested me this year and kind of topped it out. So look forward to that here in the coming days. I hope to have all these videos out before the end of the year, of course, for all my top 10s of the year. Today we're starting off with the top 10 Nintendo Switch games. Now, this list is comprised of only games that were either exclusive on the console to the Nintendo Switch or exclusive to the Nintendo Switch in general. So you're not going to see things like Doom Eternal sitting on the Nintendo Switch, even though it was a great game on the Switch. It came out on other consoles, so you're not going to see this on the list. This is exclusive Nintendo Switch games, which I think is what most people want to see in a list like this. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie.
Alright guys, so coming in at number 10 is Ring Fit Adventure. This game actually caught me by surprise because I'm going to be honest, I'm not really a big, working out person and stuff, but I actually got it from my wife, and then I was watching my wife play this game, and this game is so much fun to play. Even though you're exercising, you don't even realize it sometimes because, yeah, you're doing exercise moves, but you're beating monsters. You're going through, like, this long campaign of, like, fighting different monsters and doing different things to get through, the bigger enemies and stuff. And then on top of that, it has these mini games that are fun to play with two people that, like, as you're seeing here, that you can play with your friends and stuff when they come over. That doesn't feel like working out at all. It just feels like you're using a piece of technology to play minigames, and it has like a DDR style minigame that actually has my favorite Super Mario Odyssey song in there to play. So this is one of my favorites of the year, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. Ring Fit Adventure. The next one coming on this list is Clubhouse Games. Now this is a compilation of a bunch of different games, as you're seeing here. This was one of my favorites back on the DS when it came out, and they brought a similar concept over to the Switch, and I'm having a lot of fun with this one. I think they could have done a couple of things better, which is why it's lower on this list as far as local multiplayer options, but there's a lot of variety in here, a lot of different games to play, and I think this is one you guys would definitely enjoy.
Finding and growing lots of Pikmin will make
the next one on this list is Pikmin 3, the definitive edition, and I'll be honest guys, I've never actually played a Pikmin game before, this being the first one in the series that I've ever played. Obviously it's a strategy game, and I went in this blind. I've never played a Pikmin game before, and I'm having a really good time with this one, and playing this with my wife as well, as you can play this game co-op with another person, and I'm having a ton of fun with Pikmin here guys. It's definitely one that I recommend, especially if you guys are fans and didn't play it on the Wii U. This is the deluxe edition, so check it out. And the next one on this list is Super Mario Bros. 35. Now this one definitely caught me by surprise. This game is unfortunately only going to be available till March 2021 as of right now. It is free if you're subscribed to the Nintendo Switch online service. Basically what it is there's 35 Marios, as you're seeing here, that start, and you're trying to be the last one surviving. And basically what you do is you collect coins and hit enemies in the level that you're playing, and while you're doing that, you're sending more of those enemies and more of those things to attack other players, and you can obviously do it to the person who has the most coins, a random person, whoever's attacking you, things like that. And it's just frantic fun, really easy to get into. Super Mario Bros. 35. Now this next one on the list kind of came out of nowhere for me because I didn't know what to expect out of this one. And, I was pleasantly surprised when this game showed up, and I ended up taking a chance on it. And we're talking about Mario Kart Live. Now, you're probably asking yourself, if you've never seen this, what the hell is going on in this trailer, but I can tell you guys right now. What this is this is Mario Kart. There's you get a physical Mario Kart like you're seeing here in the video with the camera on top, and basically you use these cardboard cutouts that come out for like placement 1, 2, 3, 4, as you guys are seeing here. You place them around your house, and you're using the AR camera, and you're basically playing Mario Kart levels by using your actual house environment. So you can get as creative as you want with the levels that you're designing. I've seen some crazy creativity online already for this game. And, I've actually created it. I did a full review on this on the channel if you guys want to check it out, where I created a whole entire course of it. You can do multiplayer with up to 4 people. You do have to buy extra carts if you do that, of course. But what's really cool about it is the fact that it adds overlays on top of it. So each course, kind of like the way the Mario Kart feels, it adds different things to the environment. It will add different enemies onto the board. So you're not just obviously roaming around the environments that you build, but it adds AR objects on top of that. With either AI players that you're playing, you get to use these items that you're used to kill each other, and your cart in real life actually stops as you actually take their hit. And when you use a speed boost item, you actually do take a speed boost, and it's just such a creative game that it had to be on this list. And I'm having so much fun showing this because this is definitely a showpiece to show people who have never experienced something like this before. That's Mario Kart Live, guys. Check this one out for sure. The next one on this list is another game that I've never played before because I'm usually not the hugest fan of RPGs. I'll be honest with you guys. And this is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. And I kept hearing people tell me how much fun this game is, how great the story is in this game, and how much they did a good job with the Definitive Edition. So I finally decided to give this game a chance as someone who's never played the original. And I have not finished this game yet, but this game is fantastic of everything I've played so far. The graphics are fantastic on the Switch. The story is really, engrossing what you're getting into. The characters seem so well developed, really, really easy to get into. And of course, the mechanics of the, RPG and stuff and the battle system stuff, I'm having a ton of fun with. Really, really surprised by this one as somebody who's never played this game before and not really a huge fan of RPGs in general. Xenoblade Chronicles, the Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. The next one that we have here is Paper Mario Origami King. Now, I know a lot of people did not like this game, but I'm having a blast with this game. The amount of creativity and the level design and all the different things that you're doing throughout a level is just fascinating. And if you guys are fans of Paper Mario, I still urge that you guys check this one out. Paper Mario Origami King.
We shall prevail.
The next one on this list is a game that doesn't need any introduction. You guys are probably looking at this trailer if you've never seen it before and think you're about to play Zelda Breath of the Wild, but no. What we have here is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And this game is just fantastic. A game that came out of nowhere that I didn't know anything about, or anything that it was releasing or anything like that. And if you guys are fans of the Hyrule Warriors series, but more importantly, if you guys want more Breath of the Wild style games and you're waiting for that sequel, this is the perfect game to hold you over. The style of the game obviously looks very Breath of the Wild. The characters in the game are obviously from the Breath of the Wild series with the way that their outfits are and stuff. They're obviously mixing both together. And they did a fantastic job of making you feel like you're playing almost like a sequel to Zelda Breath of the Wild, but not a direct sequel, but very similar to that vein, but in the Hyrule Warrior style gameplay where, it's about killing two dozen enemies on screen and stuff like that, and the combat is really, really satisfying if you're into those type of games. But guys, I'm having a really fun time with this one. A game that, again, came out of nowhere, and I didn't know anything about until they released the trailer, and they were like, hey, it's coming out next month. And they did a fantastic job with this one. And guys, if you guys are fans of Breath of the Wild and you're waiting for that sequel like I am, and you want something to hold you over, this is the game to get. One of my favorite games on the Nintendo Switch for 2020, coming in at number 3. The next one on this list is a game that also is not a style of game that I usually falter over and usually get involved in, but this is Hades, a roguelike action RPG game that has been a blast to play. And of course, it's coming from Supergiant Games, a developer that I'm really, really fond of their games. And this is an exclusive on the Nintendo Switch for consoles. It is also on PC, but it is an exclusive on consoles for the Switch. And as you guys are seeing, the gameplay on this one is so much fun. If you guys are into roguelike action RPG games like this, this is one of the best games that you can play. The graphic style is just so satisfying, as you guys are seeing here, and how great the graphic style is. The combat is so much fun to play. The upgrading trees that you have on here, the enemies that you're battling, everything about this game is really top notch. The sound, the music in this game, everything is just so well done. Supergiant Games is just hitting it out of the park with the games that they're releasing, and this is just another one of those. Coming in at number 2, guys, that's Hades on the Nintendo Switch. And my number 1, I don't think should be a surprise to anyone here, and that is Animal Crossing. And Animal Crossing has been a game that I've played a lot before on the GameCube. I didn't play it a lot on the Wii, but I did play it a lot on the GameCube, and this brought it back to form for me. I've been playing this game, especially because we're all in quarantine and stuff. This is the perfect game for being in quarantine. Me and my wife actually got 2 Switches because of this game, and she played this game as well on her own without me telling her to, which is a feat in itself. And we just had a blast playing this game, upgrading our island. We're still playing this game, of course, and now that they added the patch for the winter season, and now we're, you know, getting all that stuff going in here, and the Christmas event that's going to be starting where you get to deliver presents and stuff and unlock, you know, the environments or the items for the winter season and the Christmas season. This game is just so much fun to play. It's such a relaxing game to play, developing your island, getting more people to visit, and, you know, it's just been one of those games that came at a perfect time during this quarantine. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 list of games on the Nintendo Switch for 2020, and happy holidays, everyone. Till next time.
GamingTechie is the gaming tech. Gaming Techie. Gaming Tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming